And we're back for some more of the Great Ace Attorney. Last time, we were going to click on this. Oh, look at this. Some kind of stain. In an unusual place. Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken. Ink. And look at the color, too. It's clear where this is from.
Yes!
Ink stain. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain in the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Yes, I am. I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. Very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves that the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is.
Yes!
Yes, this is the photograph, and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink. A rather unusual color of pink. Purple. Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. The stain on the back of the uniform is the ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like wardrobe man did it. Then I pressed button to make Burya do emergency stop and both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Beef, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Beef, please, you must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I look inside, I saw student boy on the floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator to Mr. Asogi's cabin, and he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor? Yes, that is right. So after the whole incident, when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova visited the cabin next to hers, only to find the occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I've already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
Well, Miss Pavlova?
Ah. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
Someone else did it? So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Accident? I don't know. Something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took it myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. The unfortunate incident precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, well. Kazuma tripped and fell by some terrible stroke of bad luck and broke his neck. Which photographic print seems unnatural. This little spot? But I think it's the neck though. Or is it this? His fist? So I'll do the neck, then the spot, then his fist.
Yes!
Must be here, surely. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. When nothing of crucial is can be helpful to keep your eyes open. They were open. Well, actually, I don't know right now. Sorry, I'll try that. I don't know if I'm overlooking something. I think it's plain, but unnatural. I mean, to another point. Imagine, if you will, losing your footing yourself. So it was his fist. You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. That should be an easy task. Why do I? So it is his fist.
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell in an unfortunate accident, then his fist doesn't seem quite right. Okay, damn. Missed that. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open their palms flat. Yet here, we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he was gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Why would I keep you in suspense? This is what I found. Oh,
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty. But what does it tell us? Oomph. It tells us nothing. Not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did the crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Come on. Oh. Come on.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling from her ear.
Yes, that's an earring. Wait, look. It's a crescent moon.
Ah. There can be no doubt, surely.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well. Ah. But
Mm-hmm.
and on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. Oh no, his voice is mixing with mine. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Did you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor?
Oh,
In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? They did an emergency stop while she was inside her room, and then he pulled when he fell.
oh no.
Angel, no one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
Ah. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, a fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship, and then, when I was at last at this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Baka, fate! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Baka would not come back.
Knock, knock. What are you doing at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
It's a young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me find Tarka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin.
Just a moment. Sorry, bud.
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before.
Ah,
Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
no, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read your ballet company was performing at Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? It happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then... Meow! Tarka jumped out of my arms and down the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me,
Oh shit.
I pushed him. Don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help? Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in this passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Beef. If you find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. That's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes. I vented to cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me.
So he worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's when Sato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, Garderobe, so that person who found him would look inside wardrobe to find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway? Yes. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus inciting the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if you had pulled the barrel cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. That was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
Thought if police knew about me, they would arrest me. Before he could pull cord, May I stop you a moment, please, Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really pulled the bell cord? I don't know. Ah? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
He was going to talk to me. Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. He told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not done yet, it seems. There's one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment? He was going to the wardrobe to ask me. Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within this cabin. That's easy, I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in that wardrobe, but still, that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night, when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, if there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal the matter of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze of wherever it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? My wardrobe. I was in there at the time, of course, sleeping soundly, too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with that sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up, then maybe this tragedy would never have happened. Oh, I've got a present.
Take that!
Concerning everything that happened last night, Certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly behind that bell cord? The wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Ah. Miss Pavlova, please, back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Another opinion?
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh, no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. Jail.
I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done?
So, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Damn. 9th of January, 7:14 p.m. This is Buria, first class cabin passageway. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so she's in exile for life. See. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. It's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I am going to have to hand you over to the council to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yeah, I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Looks like my study to tour Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. I think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, What's that? Is it someone weeping?
Hmm.
Susato-san?
Hmm? Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
Hmm. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Sato-san.
Such grand ideas for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. Too much, Naruhodo-san. Just too much.
Yeah, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector, my duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. Let everyone down. And I'll do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now, at least. What? Huh? Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo. What is the meaning of this? Jail. Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You're a stowaway, after all. Thinks this is funny?
Mr. Sholmes, I do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. The terms of his study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. In light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of the problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. Huh?
But there's no one else with the necessary qualification, Mr. Sholmes. We know no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but
anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. ample opportunity to say to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes.
Mr. Sato,
Yes.
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
Ah,
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless, are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma, he said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Sasato?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. So, what does our bespeckled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No. It's madness. Yes, yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? You've witnessed an ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until the very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to avoid my report to the Department of Justice. Spectre. After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
You'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer?
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all.
Thank you.
And Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. It's name is Karuma. It's a great sword. It's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Sasato, seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. You shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you, too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground 3 times.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take a hold of me and throw me. Don't even think about it.
No. I don't even know how. Never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one requires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confessed I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique.
Apparently it's called Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Yeah. Why me? As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, resting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Sato squash.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Sogi clan. Can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. The Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted, from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. Oh, on that subject, There's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate it if you're seeing it through with me. Oh, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do, I still don't know what it was. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Wow, that was so long. I just recorded for like 3.5 hours straight. Crash course candidate. My voice is dead. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe to see the next episode. See ya. Bye.